I hope Carly follows through. I totally want that board. That thing would be cool. I mean, I think it'd be cool.
At Major Brown 3983 said I made it. At Teeks Oaklands said
I turn the microphone. There we go. Microphone's on. I'm here. And yeah, kind of surprised myself there. Usually it takes like 30 seconds for me to go live. I hit the go live button and all of a sudden I was live. It was just there. Let's see if anybody wants to join me tonight. I've been going crazy doing like lives day after day after day.
said why.
Why? See, I got the chat lady rolling and I got a box. I got a box here. I got so much stuff to get through tonight. This is a
At
box.
Sarah Cam
What up, Sarah?
7808 said hey Josh.
Hey, Josh. Which Josh?
At the Goose of Knowledge said I exist now.
Goose of Knowledge hasn't been there for a while. So as you can tell, I got the chats rolling. I got this box full of stuff I'm gonna go through. And I think it has some new stuff and some other stuff I've unboxed. I got to figure out what I'm going to do with all of it. I have been letting the Check Pete's voicemails back up a little bit, so I'm going to get through some of those tonight. And there's a few things I wanted to get through, and I've never had the opportunity to go back to back and nights in a row. Although I will admit that I worked so much over the weekend that I sat down on this couch today. I just sat down. And then all of a sudden I woke up like 45 minutes later and there was like a large pile of copy for me to read on my computer. I was like, oh, I think I passed out. So I might be overdoing it a little bit, but I'm having fun doing it.
Welcome to the Blind Surfer Show.
Oop, there we go. There it is. There's the music.
Streamlabs desktop.
Streamlabs desktop. What does that mean? What did I do? I wonder what I just launched. Hopefully I didn't knock myself off the air. I might have to. I can pop into the chat and see if you guys are there. Steve's in the backyard screaming away. Yeah, I think I might have. What did I press? I pressed something funny. Hold on, I'm gonna have to. Dank MF Angels here. Says just got back home an hour ago, so perfect timing. That's good to know. Sarah Cam 7808 says, "Hey Danny, you guys are all welcoming each other in the chat." Oh, that's what I did. I killed my favorite chat lady, but I've got it rolling on this thing right now. Jennifer Tenco 7786 says, "Hello, we are from Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Have I ever been? No, but Brooks is from North Carolina. See, I'm listening." It is weird that I got super sick, then super productive. Oop, there's a follow. Appreciate that. Folding laundry. Very exciting. So right now, there we go.
4186 says hello update from 8 Mile, Alabama.
There's someone named Bong Hit Transplant in the chat right now. Okay, that's kind of funny. Howdy. Yeah, I've got too many. There we go. Hi, Joshua King. What's going on? Hold on. I got too much going on right now. I'm confusing myself. I do want to get to, see, in this ear, I've got a chat, and this ear, I've got a chat. I keep doing this to myself. I keep thinking that I can talk to you guys and listen to the chat and keep my train of thought, and it's proving to be too much. I can repeat after the chat and perform voiceovers live, but I can't talk about other stuff and listen to the chat at the same exact time. I did say I was going to get to, what did I do over here? There's so much stuff talking right now. Yeah, there we go. Oh, that's what's going on.
We are from Myrtle Beach, SC. Have you ever been?
I have never been to South Carolina.
Hey Pete, it's weird that you got super sick, then super productive.
Oh, see, this chat's already a little bit behind.
I love Burvids.
Skip the current message.
At Phoenix Lightning 369 says I can't stay long.
Oh, you can't stay long, but you will comment. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Chromosome says, can you kind of see or no?
Can I kind of see or no? No, I can't.
351,151 says hi.
I can't see. That's why I'm a blind surfer. That's why I'm a blind guy. I mean, you know, I do have to caveat that from time to time, explaining to people that I can see light, I can perceive light. And I said I was going to drop it today, but I made a different video today. But I'm going to be dropping a video tomorrow. It's going to be very, very helpful for people that don't understand what light perception is. I will be able to explain it in a very good video tomorrow. So make sure to catch that. Anyway, as I get myself settled here, we are on YouTube and 2 different platforms at the same time. We're on horizontal and we're on vertical. I would suggest that maybe you come on over to the horizontal so that you can see Sam the chicken. He's here. He's next to me, and it's just a little bit easier in the horizontal. You can flip over there, or you can stay in the vertical. I don't care. You can also follow me on TikTok. Actually, you can follow me on Twitch because they do a really good job of sending out the notifications when I'm live. Right before I started this thing, Sarah said, YouTube never notifies me when you're live, which is fantastic. I love that they never notify people. So follow me on Twitch. Excuse me. That's at Pete Gustin over at Twitch, and they'll usually notify you when I'm going live. If you want to get your messages read out loud for certain, make sure that it gets played. You can do a $3 or more super chat. On YouTube, it'll play automatically. The voiceover will read it to me. If you're on Twitch, it's 200 bits or more, and it'll get read out loud automatically.
3 says, first time watching you live, love you, man. Hope you and Banana are doing well.
Love you too. Banana's on
At
vacation
Bong Hit
right now.
Transplant says, the movie Heat.
There's Bong Hit Transplant.
At Anthony
What about the
11
movie Heat?
says, hi.
Hi. Hello there.
At Jockerman says, hey Pete.
Hello,
Cheers from Brazil
Jockerman.
again.
Brazil. Cheers from Brazil.
At
I wonder if that's the guy.
2181 says, you inspire me, dude.
Oh, that's good to know. I wonder if that's the dude that sent me the, he said hi from Brazil. I had those Brazilian brigadeiros. Holy crap, was that some like amazing food. That was just such good stuff. I enjoyed eating those things. I'd never had a chocolate like that before. It was like chocolate with coconut and crunchy stuff and cookie crumbles and fudge inside. It was like some of the most, if you've never had a brigadeiro, it's a Brazilian chocolate, I would highly suggest that you find some somewhere. In the video, thank you for the follow. In the video, it actually, YouTube auto tagged it, and it was like you can buy brigadeiros through the video. I think I might make 18 cents if you buy it through my video, so I don't really care if you get it through there or not.
At Jeffrey 1119 says hi.
Hi, Jeffrey
Ian Bosley
1119.
says hi.
Hi. I like people that says hi.
187 says hi P.
Hi.
Love your videos.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
I am gaming right now says at Illegal Alien I do know.
Illegal alien. That's good. You're
At
gaming right
17
now.
says so what happened when you had to stop the stream to give an emergency voiceover?
Well, I had to stop the stream, and then I had to read an emergency voiceover. I went in there. It took him like 20 minutes to get me the copy because they were still trying to figure out exactly what happened down there in Washington, D.C. Usually when news breaks, the information is a little more readily available. But all the people that gather the news were basically at that event as opposed to being back in their news gathering offices. So they all had to get out. They had to get their stuff together. They had to assemble their teams. Then all the outlets that I work for started to have to gather information, make sure they get the information right. And then they wrote the promo and they sent it to me. And I read the first one that night. Excuse me, at I don't even know what time it was, like 8 o'clock at night, 7 o'clock at night. And then there were updates throughout the night. Someone asked me, they were like, do you ever get woken up in the middle of the night to do voiceovers? I'm like, yeah, like I never get to sleep through the night. There's always something going on somewhere because I work not just in the United States, but I work in like all time zones. I do a lot of work in England. I work in Japan. I actually work on every continent except for Antarctica. In one of the videos I posted, someone was like, you say people hear you everywhere, but I'm in South Africa and I never heard you. And I was like, I'm actually the voice of Ackermans. It's written Ackermans, but they call it Ackermans. I'm not the voice anymore. I quit the job about 2 years ago, but for like a decade, this is funny, in South Africa, it's like the largest department store chain. So like, you know, if you're in the United States, you're like, what, you're the voice of Macy's? That sounds stupid. But in South Africa, they have this entire radio station basically set up, going through all these Ackermans, and there's thousands of them. So anybody in South Africa that has ever shopped at Ackermans has definitely heard me. So I keep telling people, you hear me worldwide, you hear me constantly, and I'm very thankful for that. I said I was going to get to, what buttons do I have to press? I have to press this button, then this button. There you go. We got some follows coming through on Twitch. I really appreciate that because that platform really does do a nice job. I have way less followers there. I've only got like 350, but when I go live, because they're trying to help me grow, they send out the notification and let people know that I'm live on Twitch, whereas YouTube just doesn't do it. But, you know, however you guys are finding me, I'm glad that you're here with me tonight. Like I said, I'm listening
I
to
hope she does so much for the show.
who does so much for the
At
show.
Evan Bank says at the Goose of Knowledge, where do you live? IDK.
There's-
Near Lake Chargo Gagog Manchog Gagog Chayubanagungamog.
Chargo Bagog
Dog
Chargo
Fassiboy
Bagog
10 says we
Gungan
back.
Mag. We back.
At Ogwoman says hey man.
Hey man, what's going
Demon
on?
19 says I miss your dog.
I miss my dog too.
Canadian Pilot 7 says what was the best food you've ever ate?
The best food I've ever ate. I don't know. I went. There's a donut shop down the street from me. They didn't get mailed to me. The Blind Guy Unboxing, but I had a creme brulee donut the other day, and it was like so effing delicious. It had like the creme brulee goo inside, and then they actually they glazed the top and used the flame and put like a creme brulee top on top of it. You know, it's basically just sugar. It was one of the more delicious things I've had recently. Someone said they missed my dog. I was thinking about this the other day, and I was curious to know, to think, to wonder, do my dogs know that I'm blind? And I'd like to think so. I mean, if they were out in the wild, they're not. So I'm not sure how good their instincts are. But Skylar, my little dog, she's 9.5 pounds, and she has like prey instincts. So I'd like to think that she'd be able to spot that a predator has a weakness, you know, can't see. I'd like to think that she probably knows. And then Steve, he's 60 pounds. He's the German short-haired pointer. He's only 3, and I'm not sure if he's got it quite yet. I mean, he's a hunting dog, so he should be able to spot weaknesses and prey, but I'm not entirely sure. Superdog definitely knew that I couldn't see, because if he took something of mine, if he'd like come in my office and steal something, or if I was eating food and he'd like jump up on the counter and take it, because he did sometimes, he was so damn smart. You know, he was my Doberman, and he'd run away in a direction and then stop cold, get like dead silent. It's because he knew I couldn't see. So he'd run like outside, and then I'd run outside in that direction trying to chase him down, and I'd be listening for his collar, and then I couldn't hear him. Like, damn, which way did he go? And I knew he was outside, so I kept like being out in the yard. Thank you for the follow. So I'd be like out in the yard, and I'd be like trying to call him, like, get back here, bring that back. And meanwhile, he'd stopped like at the edge of the door and then very quietly walked back inside, and I'd find him like 10 minutes later, like munching down on the food that he stole from me. He definitely knew. He was a smart dog, and he used to take advantage of that. Like whenever he didn't want to be spotted, he'd just stand there quiet. Whereas Steve, he steals something from me and he just runs around like a maniac, making a bunch of noise, bouncing off of walls. I'm like, yeah, this guy doesn't have the trick yet. That was just something I was wondering. I wonder if dogs do know.
1808 says Devil's Advocate, do you want to watch Vertical and I watch this one in Twitch?
Oh, you guys are
At
trying to
Devil's
figure out where and how to monitor.
Says Riri.
Yeah, that's my moderators trying to just keep everything. You know, it's been good for a while. We had like 1 or 2 streams where things went kind of wild and out of control, and I added a bunch of moderators, and everything's been good. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate. We got 38 followers on Twitch last night, which is super cool. It is fun, you know, like why am I like, you know, I've got 2.5 million on YouTube. I got 761,000 on TikTok. Someone pointed out to me the other day, I've got almost 30. Thank you. There you go. Got almost 30,000 followers on Facebook, which I didn't even know. I think 173,000 on Instagram, and I've only got like 330 on Twitch. But Twitch is specifically for live, and that's what I've been doing a lot of lately. So, you know, they support live creators, they support live shows, they know what to do with it. So, anybody wants to follow me over there, at Pete Gustin on Twitch. And like I said, the phone number that I'm not answering phone calls right now, so don't call right now. You're just gonna end up sitting on hold. But when I'm not doing the show, there you go, getting a bunch of them coming through tonight. I appreciate that very much. 760-517-6844. When you call that number and I'm not live, you will have the opportunity to leave me a message. Now, there's a bunch of messages. I have someone go through them. One of my friends back in Boston go through them for me, and then they give me the best ones that I get to play and react to. But I will say, he sent a bunch to me just to like, what do I do with these? The point is to ask a good question, something interesting, something that, you know, you think might make the cut. We'll get it on air. Like maybe you need some life advice. Maybe you have an interesting question. Maybe you have something funny to say. And he sent me like 15 in a row that people were like, how do you surf blind? I'm like, You don't think I've covered that one, huh? Like that one's definitely been covered. What's it like to be blind? Like those are obvious questions. I would ask that you come up with something good, cool, interesting, and leave those messages on the phone number in the off hours of the show so that we can do.
Now it's time to check Pete's voicemail on the Blind Surfer Show.
And I will be going through this box in a few minutes, but I was getting a little behind in the, I got to switch back over to this. In the Check Pete's voicemail, they were starting to back up. My friend said, I need to start. Ooh, there we go. That's how the super chat works. Let's see what this says. Matea. Whoa. Thank you, Matea. It's been a little bit since I've heard your voice in the live. I am glad you could join us tonight. And if I heard your message right, I feel like 3 of the things that I got from the UPS store that Banana picked up for me all came from you. And you know what? I think this might be one of them. I think this might be one of the things that you sent me. This is one of the things that I was going to show you that's in the box. I have no idea what it is. I don't know what this. It kind of feels like a dinosaur because the toes feel like they got little claws on them right there, and there's some sort of a beak. And I'm guessing, if I didn't have so much experience with this, I wouldn't know what this is, but I'm feeling like it's a banana peel. So it feels to me like it's a banana dinosaur, but I don't, it's so confusing. Like it's got 2 little feet, and I think that's a tail. I mean, it's either a tail or a weirdly placed appendage, and no arms, but banana top and beak. And I feel like that one came from Matea. I'm not really sure. Oh, here comes something through Twitch. Look at you, Twitch people. We're live. Thank you very much for the support. Dogface Boy, you've been you were hot in here last night. I'm on Twitch in horizontal. I'm on YouTube, vertical and horizontal. We're also on TikTok tonight in vertical and on Facebook. The Facebook audience has been super engaged lately, not in the lives, but in the there you go, another follow on YouTube. Appreciate that. On my videos, like a lot of like engaged good comments coming through on Facebook. So I'm basically hitting up all the major platforms. But I said I'm going to get to Check Pete's voicemail. So let me see. I screwed something up on the main computer by pressing the wrong button a minute ago. I hope these things work.
Hey Pete, so you always ask about, or you talk about the robot voice. As a voice actor, have you ever thought of creating like a voice for voiceover? Because I know you say something about like the robotic voice and how you're always listening to that. What if you created a voiceover using your voice acting skills? Second question was, being blind, is there a problem that you've ever run into that you wish somebody would invent a solution to?
First one.
Okay, great, thanks.
First one first.
Bye.
Like there's people, that company 11 Labs, I don't know why. Mr. Beast sold them his voice. Because Snoop Dogg sells everything, sold them his voice. It's a very complicated question. Right now, I like that people can only get my voice from me. That's how I've made my living for the past couple of decades as a voice actor. And if people want my VOs, they have to hire me to do it. Now, as AI voices get better, I mean, should I start offering my voice as an AI version, or you can go to me to get the higher tier, better acting? That's how the industry is going to have to evolve. There's actually a thing on the iPhone right now. Everybody's iPhone. I don't think anybody knows about this. But you can go into your iPhone. You can go into voices. I think it's under accessibility, and you can pick from a million different voices. Mine is called Samantha, I think. But you can create the voice of your iPhone to be your own voice. It's like a 15-minute process. They have you say I forget, 25 or 50 phrases, and then it will simulate your voice. And I almost did it just because I thought it'd be kind of fun. But then I was like, I don't know if I want to give them the ability to reconstruct my voice and have an AI Pete voice out there right now. Because right now I feel like, thank you, appreciate that. Right now I feel like I have to maintain my intellectual property and make sure that the only way you can get my voice is from this mouth right here. Next one.
Hi. I wanted to know if you ever have walked into a wall. Just walk into a wall. Have you?
He just asked if I walked into a wall. I feel like that's so insulting. I feel like that's just so rude. And going through my head right now, I'm like, someone wouldn't walk up to me in the street and ask me that, but we're not in the street. We're in social media, and I get that. So I leave myself open to things like, you know why that's insulting? I think you do. I put myself out there in social media. I tell the story about, thank you. I tell the story about being blind but it's not about being blind. It's not just the walking into walls or having things be difficult and hard, like they are. But the point of my whole channel is the overcoming. And I feel like I've demonstrated time and time again that I've got massive amounts of challenges, but I overcome them. And he wants to know if I walk into a wall. There's like so many other things you could ask. You could ask, I have a massive voiceover business. We talked about it. I'm heard worldwide. Hundreds of thousands of my voices are getting played around the world all day, every day. I've built a successful social media set, with 3.2, 3.3 million followers, 1.1 billion video views. I mean, I hate to sound like I'm bragging here, but I'm trying to make a point. I've written 4 novels. 2 of them were number 1, not number 5, not number 10. 2 of them were number 1 Amazon bestsellers. I've spent time as a stand-up comedian. We could talk about that. You could ask questions about that. I spent time as a model. We could talk about that. We could talk about what it's like to be ridiculously good-looking. The Zoolander reference. Hopefully you get it. As a champion sailor, I've done a lot of things. I've overcome a lot of challenges. I taught myself how to surf after I lost my eyesight. There's so many things that I feel like we could talk about and we could discuss, and that I feel like I've covered this a million times. I don't do this channel for money. I do it for community and spreading a good message and trying to help people. And all those messages that I get back, people saying that this channel helped them, that inspired them, and motivated. And then I get this guy that asked me if I've walked into a wall. I put up the glasses because I hope my eyes don't see, but I hope you can see in my eyes. That's pretty disappointing. I don't want to say I'm pissed. I'm not pissed. I'm like disappointed in that one. I'm kind of surprised my friend put that in the Check Pete's voicemail. He probably knew that was going to annoy me. Maybe he liked me getting annoyed. Moving on.
So I've been hi Pete. Sorry, I'm awkward.
Me
but
too.
I've been watching stuff like Daredevil Born Again recently, and it made me wonder the question, what are good representations of blindness from what you have noticed in media?
I mean, it's definitely not Daredevil. There's nothing realistic about Daredevil for being a blind person. All the senses are cartoonishly unrealistic. I'm trying to think, Scent of a Woman, Al Pacino, that's not real. You wouldn't let you wouldn't let a blind person drive hold on, I'll listen to this, see what that has to say. Well, she just cheered, just cheering me for 200. Thanks, Sarah. That's you figuring out how to use Twitch. That's how it works. You put 200 bits over there, and it'll read the message out loud. I don't think there was a message. I think it just said that. So thank you. I appreciate it. Good representation of blindness in the media. I feel like the best, and I do. And this is one of those things people are gonna be like, you watch TV? Like I watch TV with Banana. We'll put the show on. She can see it. And then I'll either just listen to the story, or sometimes I'll listen to audio description. Oh, somebody remind me, I watched a movie on Saturday night by myself with audio description, and it was the best movie for blind people to listen to. I'll tell you about that after I give you this answer. But there was a show called In the Dark, and the main character was a blind woman. And I feel like that show did a really good job of showing how difficult it is to be blind and how helpless you can feel at times. But most of it was realistic, like how she worked her way out of situations. There was one scene, one time, one episode that I was like, no, that's not real. They were in the woods and someone was trying to kill them. And, the one of the sighted characters just told the main girl, she's like, run. And you could tell that she had this fear, running through the woods is going to be tricky when you're blind. You might trip on a root, or you might run into a tree. And in reality, you would. There's no one could ever convince me to just bolt at full speed in the woods if someone was chasing me. I'd rather stand my ground and grapple the person. I'd rather wait for them to come to me. I'd rather take my chances trying to fight the person than trying to run, because running is a sure way to smash into a tree. I know that would happen to me. Other than that, though, I feel like In the Dark was a really good representation of blindness. Look at people using the Twitch bits. I did not. That's one I have handled a few times before, but because you're cheering over on Twitch, I'll let you know. I'd never picked up a surfboard. I'd never watched anything about surfing when I had it. I didn't know anything about surfing at all until we moved out here. And then I just basically everybody in my town surfs. Everybody in San Diego surfs. And I mean everyone. I mean like everyone. Like there's like 75-year-old guys out there in the lineup sometimes, and there's like 4-year-old kids. Like everybody surfs, and I was like, all right, I'd always been athletic, and since I lost my eyesight and wasn't able to do a lot of the sports that I used to do, I figured I'd give it a try. And it was hard as hell. It took like 9 months just to like get my footing, basically, and then, but I felt like it was something I could do. I felt like there was a possibility, so I kept at it and I kept doing it. So yeah, I had the tiniest bit of vision when I started to surf, like a little bit. Like I could walk out into the water and kind of see the difference between the breaking wave and the regular wave. But it went away pretty fast after that. A couple more Check Pete's
Hey
voicemail.
Pete,
Yo,
I'm a young aspiring actor, and I just wanted to ask if you have any really good advice for someone like me who's trying to break into the business. And also just wanted to let you know I really like what you're doing, and I really dislike it whenever people try to attack you and try to say that you're not blind or something
Me
like
too.
that. So you have my full support.
Thank you.
And have a great day.
Thank you. I appreciate that. A young aspiring actor trying to get into the business. See, I didn't go the acting route. I didn't go the on-camera acting route. I went voice acting. If I was going to be an on-camera actor, it definitely crossed my mind, and I don't know if I'd go as far as to say it's a regret of mine. I do kind of wish that I tried it, but it was much harder in the 90s when I graduated college, 98, 99. I would have had to go to LA, and I would have had to get myself around to auditions, and there was no Uber, there was no Lyft, there was no Waymo ride shares back then. It was going to be very difficult. So if I wanted to be on camera, it was going to be LA. Voiceovers was very popular in New York, and I knew I could get around in New York, and I went down to New York, and I thought there'd be a lot of issues with trying to be an on-camera actor. Even when I was in my young 20s, my eye contact was not great. But if you're trying to do it, thank you for the follow. If you're trying to get into acting, I mean, not many people are naturals. Not a lot of it takes a lot of work and a lot of study. I'd say get into some classes very soon, and then I'd say like do it, like immerse yourself in it. It's a highly competitive field, just like voice acting. You know, some people they tell me like, oh, I feel like I want to try some voice acting on the side to pick up a couple bucks. I'm like, that is not the way that business works. Like, you're competing against the people like me, highly trained people that are here all day, every day, reading copy on the spot. Not a lot of people out there are going to wait for a newbie to come home from their 9 to 5 and like read some copy for them. It's if you want to get into acting or voice acting, you have to commit like 100% to it. So if it's something you want to do, it's a stereotype for a reason. Go to LA, get a job as a waiter with flexible hours, and just start going on auditions. Just start. Anybody that wants to do anything, like it seems like the easiest damn advice in the world, but so many people like they say they want to do something. There's a super chat. Check that out. It's going to say Stinkily Stinklebus, isn't it? Whoa, I can't believe I read all that. Dingleberries. Dingleberries. Only because she paid $10 for it. Usually I charge more per word in my voiceover business, but because she's been so good about sending those all the time, dingleberries. Oh, yeah, but if anybody wants to do anything, like acting, like whatever you want to do, like just do it. Like there's, okay, now I can explain. There's 3 things that you need to figure out if you have a goal and if you want to do something. One is, I can give you a whole thing on this. I have like a life philosophy. This is how I managed to, write 3 albums for my band, how I managed to do stand-up comedy for a while, how I managed to start a YouTube channel, how I wrote the Amazon #1 bestsellers. It's the 3 things that I checklisted to do those things. First thing, do you want to do it? Do you want to do the thing? That's the first one. That's easy. Second one is, can you do it? Now, maybe I want to be a NASCAR driver, but I'm blind, so I can't. I have to think, is it possible? Is it even remotely possible? Even if you have to do it differently than everybody else, kind of like I really wanted to surf. Did I want to do it? Yes. Could I do it? I thought so. I was pretty sure. Again, like, could I be a race car driver or stuntman? Like, probably not, being blind. So that one wouldn't get the check mark in column 2. But surfing got the check mark. Doing a YouTube channel got the check mark. And the third thing, anything you want to accomplish, this is the most important one. Are you willing to make the sacrifice? And if you're willing to make the sacrifice, are you really going to do it? In order to accomplish anything, in order to do anything, it takes sacrifice somewhere else. I remember it was 2006, and I told myself, I was like, I want to write a novel. I was trying to do, I'll get to it in a second. Whoa, thank you. Appreciate that. Stupid people don't get me, they annoy me. I don't know. I'm not going to be sad about it. Like, I'm going to be annoyed about that guy. Did you walk into a wall? But I appreciate the support, and I appreciate the super chat. It was a huge super chat, $20. That was very nice of you. I appreciate that. 2006, I decided in my head that I wanted to write a novel. At 1, check mark. Do I want to do it? Yes. Check mark 2. Can I do it? Yeah, probably. I'm pretty sure I can do that. Now, the third one was the tricky one. Am I willing to make the sacrifice? I had a full-time job, and I had a full-time girlfriend at the time, full-time life. I was very busy. In order to write the novel, it's not like I could take 2 hours a day off from my day job, and it would be very unfair to my significant other to be like, hey, you're not going to see me in the evenings for the next 6 months while I write this novel. So in order to follow through, in order to get it done, and this is where most people fall short, is they're not willing to make the sacrifice to achieve their goals. So I decided I wanted to write it. I was capable of writing it. And what I was going to do, instead of waking up every morning at 6 o'clock to get ready for work, I would wake up every morning at 4 o'clock and spend 2 hours in the morning writing that novel from 4 to 6. Now, I was exhausted. I was tired. But I didn't make my girlfriend at the time make a sacrifice for the goal that I wanted to achieve. And I didn't slack on my actual day job. I just made time. I made the sacrifice. And usually it is just a time sacrifice. Sometimes there's goals that you want to achieve, like, are you willing to put in the money sacrifice? If you want to start a business, that's going to take time and it's going to take money. You have to check all 3 boxes. Do you want to do it? Are you capable of doing it? And are you willing to make the sacrifice to make your goal happen? If you can check all those off and you follow through, whatever goal you've got in your head, instead of just keeping it in your head, you get it out there into the world and you will achieve it. I promise you.
Hey, Pete, I just wanted to take a second out of my day to say I appreciate your videos, dude. You're entertaining to watch, and you always teach me something new about the blind, or how they get around, how they,
or don't get around.
How do I put this? Face adversity. I think that's a beautiful thing to be encouraging more of. But we love you, Pete. Thanks, dude.
I think I know what my friend that set up this thing for me was doing there. It was setting me up with the guy who asked me if I walked into walls, and then he gave me a positive one. People supporting me and saying that they appreciate how I help people overcome adversity. So that's very nice. I appreciate that. I got the that's
Adla Amatea Y Curry Sissa says yes.
Yes.
I got him to say it IDKY. Everything sounds better in the voiceover voice.
Well, I mean, I can give you the. Did I activate the? What did she want me to say? I forget. This is my actual voiceover microphone. Let me do 2, 3, 4. There we go. Yeah, I got that one active. Oh, geez, I just coughed into the expensive, fancy microphone. She wanted me to say Dingleberry, right? So let me do it in some fancy music. Is it working? Hello?
3,251.
No, it's not working. All right, I got to do this first. There we go.
She came into the chat. She paid money. And she made the voiceover ask me to say the thing she's been wanting me to say for years. And I finally said it. I have no idea why she was so excited to have me say it, but I said, Dingleberry.
There you go. I did it for you. So this microphone, I don't think I could do the whole show on this microphone. It's like too sensitive. This microphone that I'm talking into right now, hold on, let me kill the music, is a Neumann TLM 103 microphone. I'll show it to you. It's
I guess I can do it without the popper stopper on there, but every time I have to be very careful with my breath when I'm using this microphone. This is a $1,300 microphone. It is a scaled down version of a Neumann microphone called the Neumann U87, and that one's like $3,000 or $3,200, something like that. This is the scaled down version of that one. I feel like it's too noisy. I gotta condom it up. Yeah, there we go. Sounds a little bit better. But this is a real voiceover microphone. Very, very sensitive. You have to have really good mic technique. It can pick up the lower end, and it's good for like really fine detailed work. And the microphone that I use for this podcast is this one, made by Audix, the PDX 720 Signature Series. Signature Series because my name is actually, it says Blind Surfer Pete Gustin on it somewhere. The company actually made it for me. But this microphone is good for like much more broad general use. You know, if I get loud and I want to like yell at someone and be like, this person was pissing me off, like that would be very difficult to do into the Neumann unless it was specifically set that one way. But this one's so versatile, it allows me to be noisy and do lots of stuff with it. So there, I hope I made her happy by saying Dingleberry there.
He says he looks like Dope on FR.
I look like who?
At Casual User 93 says, is that Rick Griffin art?
What's Rick Griffin?
At Krogramer 973 says, thanks man.
Yo, you are
at
welcome.
At 4978 says, at Devil's Advocate 2354, thank you.
So many numbers. You know, in the very beginning of the show, and I'll play. Last night, I said I'm gonna play a wave for you guys. Some waves I was surfing, and Brooks was so used to me just ending the show when I said goodbye. I hit play on the wave, and then he ended the stream, so people didn't get to see the wave last night. But in the beginning, what button do I press? In the beginning of the show tonight, hopefully this camera is functioning. I'm in the water, and I say to Josh, who I'm surfing with, I was like, I hope Carly follows through. I really want that board. I was talking about, there was a woman that used to work for GoPro. Her name was Carly Prazak, and she was super supportive. GoPro was super supportive of me and this channel. Like basically anytime I'm out in the world, I'm filming with a GoPro, and they paid to have that board made. I hope it's on the screen right now. I hope you guys can see it. I'm not sure if the vertical people can see it, but there's a surfboard over there. They made this, my artist designed it with all the caution tape. On the very top on the nose, it says, I'm blind. Yes, really. So Chris, my artist, designed all the caution tape and the colors. I wrote, I'm blind. Yes, really. And then GoPro paid to have the board made custom for me. They paid Rob Machado, pro surfer out here and an amazing shaper. And he made that board with GoPro paying for it. It's one of the only things I've ever gotten from doing this channel. I swear to God. It was really nice of them to do that for me. And I was saying to Josh in the beginning of this show, as I was out on the water, I was like, I hope she follows through and does that. And she did. She made the board for me, and that was like super cool of her. What was I about? Oh, I've got all the stuff in the box I was going to go through.
54 says jingling dingleberries.
Jingling dingleberry.
Like Gabriel. 8501 says, I'm writing a letter to my crush. Please help. We're both guys.
I mean, everybody writes their letters using ChatGPT these days. You know, I was just the officiant at Josh and Danny's wedding. I didn't use ChatGPT for any of that, and I was very proud of it. But it's pretty good. I mean, I won't lie, it's pretty good at writing. But I would say like start putting down your thoughts. Just put them down, and then I don't know, if you're having a tough time writing, then you can ask the stupid GPT to help. It's a tool. It's out there, and it's not like you're a professional copywriter working for an ad agency. You're just writing a letter to a crush. So I can support AI in that respect if you want to. Yeah, I wanted to go through some of the stuff in this box with you guys. This one I think that Matea sent it to me, but I covered it a minute ago. I feel like it's either a chicken or a dinosaur. Thank you for the follow. I appreciate it. Don't forget, everybody, if you're cycling through and you've never seen this before, you can follow me on Twitch at Pete Gustin. There is a super chat. Hello. Thank you. It is terrifying. Couching. Does it mean couching or coaching? I'm not really sure what you meant there. I'd say while you're legally blind, which means that you still have some vision, that you should really take advantage of the vision that you have to start learning editing software. I mean, I edit all my videos without seeing what's on the screen. I just trust that the camera is pointing at me. Like, I know when I press, well, I believe I know, when I press this button, you're getting a close-up on my face. And when I press this button, you're getting a wider view of me so that you can see this weird stuffed animal down here. And I also believe, only the people in the vertical will see this, but if Brooks was here, you'd see him in the bottom frame right now. Now you can see probably Sam the chicken in this weird thing. So it's things like that, just getting familiar with your equipment, understanding that, you know, computers are going to do what you tell them to do. And so, you know, when I edit all my videos off the sound. Like, I'm just telling stories. I mean, to me, everything's a podcast, basically. I just happen to know that there's a camera on me right now. And I assume that it's going to be in the right frame. And if it's not, I'll run it by someone. You know, I run all the videos like, hey, how's this look? And these days I'm hitting like 98%, like, just because I know what to expect, and it usually works out. Even when we're out filming in the world, I can tell when Nisha is filming me. My microphones are very directional. I can tell if it sounds like dead on, then it's usually dead on. If it's off to the side, then I have to ask someone like, which side is this on and how do we center it? But if you're looking to do editing, like, you use whatever vision you've got to start learning your equipment. What else did I get in the box? This thing is, I mean, it's obviously just some sort of like plushy, well, not a plushie, a squishy. It's like a, what'd you call it? Like a stress reliever?
Live, that's awesome.
I am live. It is
At
awesome.
The Critical Geek says hi.
Hi, Critical Geek. What's going on?
Tejabrun 3983 says Joni did miss him figuring out my banana dinosaur I sent him.
Oh, it is a banana dinosaur.
CCTFF says take it out.
Take it out.
At Minecraft Stories 64 Studio says hi.
Hi. I'm curious. If,
says I like watching you.
I like watching. I like that you watch me.
Says, have you always been blind, or were you able to see when you were younger?
I was able to see when I was younger. Oh man, I lost my.
808 says okay, Joni.
Oh, that's what that noise was.
Say the same.
I was looking for the robot voice that's reading that stuff. It fell on the ground. I was gonna see. Oh, can I get it back? It might be if I'm careful and I don't knock it over. I was just going to try and have it jump to the most current message, because a lot of times there's so many messages it starts to fall behind.
Says I'm a Samsung phone girl forever.
Let's see if I skip to current message.
Sarah 7808 says, hey, Matt Honker, are you ZLT?
Matt Honker.
Dusty says, oh my God, thank you. I'm so glad that I have been recommended blind surfer
instead
of a flat earther. I'm freed.
There's a lot of weird stuff on social media these days. This is one of the things that came from Copper Draws. It is, I mean, it's just kind of fun to I don't know what it's full of, and I definitely don't want to, I literally just said, I was about to say I don't want to pop it, and then it made like a popping noise, because I feel like if the stuff comes out of here, that is what you would call highly toxic, I'm willing to bet. I don't think that's anything in particular other than just something to feel. This is, how did these end up in this box? I think I figured this, I don't know where the front, I don't know which one's the front. They're Band-Aids. I did figure that out. I've got two of them. If memory serves, oh no, actually I don't know. What the hell is this? Hold on. Oh yeah, this is impossible to open. Should I open it up? I guess, might as well. I'm doing it right. There's like, if I had to cut, these would be the worst Band-Aids in history, because like, look at how hard they are to get to. Like, they're not individually wrapped. And God, if memory serves, I think that they're, just like everything I get, they're probably banana Band-Aids, but man, they're so hard to get. Like, how would I, how do you peel it? I can't even tell which side I'm supposed to peel. Yeah, if I had a cut and I was trying to cover it up right now, I would have bled out. I literally can't peel these things. And I'm like generally got really, where the hell is the start of this thing? I'm just gonna have this huge mess in here when I'm done. Yeah, I can't peel it. These are whoever made these, whether it was the Band-Aid company or some knockoff company. Am I right? Let me put the chat up if anybody wants to tell me what these are.
978 says those are banana Band-Aids.
Ah, thank you. See?
Devil's Advocate 2354 says banana Band-Aids.
Nice. Oh, thank you. I finally got I'm getting the hang of this. I'm getting the chat kind of matched up in real time, which is extraordinarily helpful. I can't. Oh, did I? Oh, I just tore it. That's all I did. These are the worst. I give up. Worst Band-Aids ever. I bled to death. Thanks to whoever made those. I bled to death. This is another one. I think I know what this is too, because Banana told me afterwards. Whoa, that scared me. I had the volume super loud. You asked me that in a voicemail message that was forwarded to me, which has actually kind of inspired me to do this tonight. Excuse me, hold on. I try and give a lot of it away. I also hold on to a lot of it just in case I feel like I'll be able to use it in something else. This box, I try and give stuff away. I was trying to give stuff away to like kids on the beach, and I wasn't filming it because that felt really sleazy. I feel like there's a lot of people out there that get viewers by paying people to do things for them or by giving things away. You know what I mean? I feel like that's a really cheesy way to get views. I was just trying to be nice and give stuff away. But sometimes parents are like, there's this weird blind guy trying to give my kid stuff. Like, what's going on? A lot of times I will let, banana nannies for a lot of people. And I get a lot of stuff that is like children's toys. And so I'll just have her take it to the house of the kid that she's nannying for. The food, because you guys always send me such friggin' weird food. If it's something that I really like the Brigadeiros or some cotton candy jelly beans, like I'll eat those. But Nisha does a lot of work with homeless people, and it's a little. Thank you for the follow. It's a little difficult to give away already opened food, but she knows a lot of these people personally, and we'll get a lot of the food to the homeless. So a lot of it goes to good use. This box, however, I didn't go through it all. So that's probably bacon Band-Aids, if memory serves.
7808 says, love you, Riri.
Everybody loves Riri.
At La Matea Y Curry Sissa says, I didn't know banana Band-Aid.
Yeah, well.
At Joni BC says, LOL, he should do it live.
I am doing it live.
At Minecraft Stories 64 Studio says, how can you watch a movie if you're blind?
Well, okay. Oh, that's you're trying to remind me. I asked someone to remind me, and you did it. I'm gonna go with bacon Band-Aids. So movies have something called audio description on them. It's a second track that tells you what's going on in the movie. Like if you're watching right now, that'd be like it would be like Pete is holding a box of Band-Aids in his hand. He puts it down, turns his head to the side, flips his glasses up, and then turns back to the microphone. Like there's a track that's going, telling you everything that's happening. And I pointed my head at, didn't see, but I'm still gonna just saying like I listened to a movie sounds stupid. So I'm gonna say I watched a movie on Saturday night all by myself, put the audio description on, and it was a movie called Mercy with Chris Pratt. He and I have the same birthday, by the way. And it was almost like the most perfect movie for a blind guy ever, because from what I could tell, he was literally just sitting in a chair. He was on trial, and it was an AI judge that was accusing him of murdering his wife. And it was all dialogue. Like it was all dialogue. He was talking to the judge talking back to him. And then every once in a while, the audio description would come in and be like, Officer Murphy, or whatever her name was, is riding a helicopter and flying to the location. And then you'd hear her being like, I'm almost on location. What do you want me to do once I get there? I did audio description on the most recent Guardians of the Galaxy movie, and it was like all audio description. Like there were just fight scene after special effect after all sorts of stuff that if I was watching it without audio description, I'd be like, I don't know what the hell's going on. But the audio description was filling it in for me. This movie, Mercy, was all dialogue. I loved it. I thought it was so odd. Like for me, the fact that I could just listen to the dialogue and follow the story, it is frustrating. I remember I was trying to watch Peaky Blinders with Banana, and there was a lot of like scene setup and like looks being exchanged and people filing into rooms and people getting ready to go storm and have a gunfight. And out of every like 60 minutes of the show, I'd say like 18 of the minutes were dead silent. And watching audio description with a sighted person is like kind of maddening to them because like they don't need to know that I'm holding up a box of Band-Aids. Like they can see that. So it's frustrating for Banana to have to listen to it. So we try and watch that show without audio description, and then Banana would try and tell me what's going on, but it got very, very frustrating after a while.
At Sarah Cam 7808 says Peaky Blinders is my show.
Oh man, how in
J-Law
real
says
time
love.
are we? I heard they're making
Christian Martinez 01K says tall out your banana.
Tall out my
At
banana.
Joni BC says love Peaky Blinders.
I'm guessing you're probably trying to say take out my banana, which I'm going to go ahead and assume that you meant this, because otherwise we got to set up an OnlyFans channel. I like how I finally got the chat rolling in relatively real time. That only took me a year to figure out. This thing is I couldn't figure this one out. I mean, can you imagine you trying to figure this out if you can't see it? It ended up being a little game. It was very hard to figure out. I know now it's a gator, alligator, or crocodile, I guess. And what you do is you press down the teeth and when you press a certain tooth and it rotates every time, it snaps on your finger. So I kind of figured this out in the Blind Guy Unboxing, but I didn't know what was going to happen. I started pressing. It doesn't hurt, but it's surprising enough that it's kind of like, oh, so I'll try that tooth. That didn't make it happen. That didn't make it happen. That didn't. Maybe I'm not going to get it. Hey, look at this. I'm going to get all the teeth. Which one's going to make it happen? Oh, this is like a lot of suspense. Well, whoa, I've never gone this far. When's it going to happen? Oh, there we go. It was the last tooth on this side. Got to close on my finger. It's kind of, you can make a bunch. It did kind of hurt. I mean, you can make a bunch of games out of this, like pass it around, and whoever makes the thing chomp down has to, do something. Oh, first tooth that time. That was funny. It was the last tooth the first time and the first tooth the second time. I can do one more. Where is it? Ah, fourth one. There we go. I mean, it's kind of stupid. It's probably meant for like 4-year-olds, but I actually think it's kind of fun.
At Pokemon Trainer Austin says, how do people find this stuff to send you?
I don't know.
Such interesting items.
I feel like most of it comes from, Banana. She picks it up at the UPS store where we have our P.O. box. And she tells me she's like, it's mostly from Amazon. It's like all sorts of Amazon packages.
Saracom
So,
7808 says, I'll pop in LT.
I think people just go on Amazon and like type in like white elephant gifts or like weird gifts or something like that. What else do I have in this box? Oh, this thing. I never really figured out what this was. I figured out it was a pig. Thank you. Don't forget, follow on Twitch like that awesome person just did at Pete Gustin. You'll get some really good notifications over there, and you'll be able to see it in this beautiful widescreen. You can see the whole studio. The people on the vertical, they don't get to see. Where the hell do I don't know if they're gonna. I don't know if they'll ever be able to see it. If I press this button for them, there's like a whole neon sign over there. It says Pete on it. It's pretty badass, I'm told. This is a piggy. And then it farts. Thanks, Matea. Oh, you're talking about those Band-Aids? Like, I could sit there and futz with those things like all night. That was frustrating. Oh, you know what? You might be right. I think you might have just given me the trick to doing this. If I pull there, no, it just tore. That's all it did. All I did was make a mess. These things suck. Oh. Thanks, Harry. I could. This is a certified hood classic. What's that from? I'm sure that's from something. Oh, I can do that better. And I did. I just thank you, Mateo. You gave me the trick on how to get that out of there.
This is a certified hood classic. This is a certified hood classic.
There we go. Doing voiceovers for money. That's what I do all day, every day. All right, so Mateo gave me the trick there. So I had to separate the paper, and then now I've got my little banana Band-Aid. I'm gonna have so much to clean up over here. And then if I had a cut on my finger, none of my fingers are bent enough. So if I had a cut on the top of my finger, I would be able to put a banana Band-Aid on it. Good times. And this stupid thing, this stupid pig, I guess it's supposed to be some sort of a game where it starts going, da, da, da. How do I make that happen? I guess you're supposed to be like passing it around while it's doing this. And then when the dumb thing farts, whoever's holding it, when it farts, loses the game or wins the game. The fart is dumb. It's like one of the comments said a minute ago, like, where do people find this stuff? This one. I never figured out what this was exactly either. I thought it was a poop. Am I facing the right way? That might be the, I feel like it's the poop emoji. I think it is.
Official work lol. At DMB Uven says, do you do reads for CNN?
No, I do not do reads for CNN.
7454 says, LOL, you are that dude from the theaters.
I am one of the dudes in the theaters, indeed.
3983 says, I watch videos and base my gifts on those.
That's a pretty good way to figure it out.
DMB Uven says, do you do reads for CNN?
You just asked me that, and I just answered.
Creepy Uncle Bob says, wait, how does he read chat?
Creepy Uncle Bob. Hope you just got your answer right there, Creepy Uncle Bob. I'm not reading the chat. I have a text-to-speech thing reading it out loud for me. Somebody tell me what this
At
stupid thing is.
Bandony9U said hi.
Hi. Hello
At
there.
Majorderpin 7454 says, did you do Last Action Hero?
No, I was just a kid when that came out. I mean, when did Last Action Hero come out? That was a great movie. That was the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, right? That I was not even doing voiceovers when that came out. But I remember I had vision when that came out. I had enough. I feel like the bad guy in that movie had a glass eye or contacts with like a smiley face that said "Have a nice day" on it or something like that.
154 says like hot potato pig.
Yeah, hot potato pig. Exactly.
TFF says wanna see you rub yourself naked, haha.
Yeah, that's not gonna happen.
At Joni BC
You guys
says
are
I
weird.
think I need to get the fart pig for the kids.
Hold on, I gotta.
At Rearimer 4978 says that is a poop plushie.
It is a poop plushie.
At DMB
Hold on.
Uven says skip to current message.
I had to skip
At
to the current
Miladi
message.
77 says it's either a potato with legs or a brown teapot.
A potato with legs or a brown teapot. I think Riri's right.
Squad says it's a poop emoji pushing with hands and feet, arms and legs.
Okay, so it's a poop emoji with arms. Like those are the arms. Like that doesn't feel. I mean, these arms are weird. Like those are the legs, I guess. But this arm doesn't feel like this arm. I don't know. This is such weird. Like how do you think I'm supposed to guess this stuff? Like guessing this stuff is very hard sometimes. This is the. No, I actually don't know what this is. Now it feels like a pineapple. What the hell is this? I don't know if I ever got. It's like a four-armed. Oh, wait. Is it okay? I think it's one of those anime things. But I don't know why it has. Oh, I remember this. I do remember this. I thought it had four arms. Like I thought this was an arm, and 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 these are the legs. This is apparently the hair. Her hair like comes down to, I don't know what you call that. When it's like two little pigtails off to the side or something like that. And these are, but that totally threw me off when I first opened this up. I thought it was like a four-armed, big-headed, I felt like it was like maybe a pineapple monster or something like that. But it's actually, what the funny thing about this gift is it's based off of my mouse pad that I made famous by accidentally showing it on screen. This is Lucy from, what's she from?
At Ernie from Law says 10010010010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000100010001000
You're gonna get yourself banned. Whatever platform that guy's on, you can get rid of him because it's an annoying message. Is it still going on? Yeah, it is. Let's try. I can skip that. I can skip that. Let's see. See? Just go right past your nonsense. You can try and spam me all you want. I got technology. My technology trumps your nonsense.
Indecisive 5WPL4 Dick says best viewers Salapit. .ru.
What? Best viewer salad pit? What does that mean?
2122 says hi.
Hi. Yeah,
At Joni BC says good. I hate tornadoes.
It's Lucy from, I forget, Fantasy or something like that. Some anime thing. I got to get this Band-Aid off me because if I ever end up replaying any of these, people are going to be like, why has he got a weird banana Band-Aid on himself? Let's see. What else is in the box? This is my... I don't think this thing works anymore. It's the Screaming Billy Goat. I can tell it's got Steve slobber all over it. You ever had like your dog get any of your like stuffed animals in his mouth? Is this a normal question to ask, like an adult to ask another adult? Has your dog ever slobbered on your stuffed animals? It leaves that like just residue of sticky, hard gooiness on it. This is how I used to blow up bad collars. I would squeeze this thing and it would scream, but I think Steve broke it. It still works. Look at that. Yeah, I like that thing. It's kind of fun. Got the Billy Goat bell on him. You know, these days, if someone's doing a bad call or not answering or something, I get to blow them up. But it used to be the Screaming Billy Goat. Yeah, Steve did. It was a lot easier to operate before he sank his Steve teeth into it.
DMB Uven says, what news station did you do the WHCD voiceover for?
People keep asking that, and I'm sorry, it's kind of hard for people to understand, but it's part of my contracts. I'm not news stations, sports stations. They don't hire the voice guy to be a personality, to be a person, to be out there talking about the job. You just do the job. And so I'm not allowed to tell you where you can hear that particular voiceover, but I did that particular voiceover for like that one that happened live was for one particular news outlet, but I work for so many different news outlets, especially in radio, that I was kind of reading different variations of the copy throughout the entire night and into Sunday. And then, like I said, the Stanley Cup playoffs are going on now, round one, except for I think the Avs just closed out their series, I think. But yeah, I do a lot of work for the NHL through Sports USA, and that this time of year, so like April through June, I'm working like 7 days a week for the NHL because they got so much going on, and I do the intros and outros for every single game and a lot of the promos for it as well. You can hear those on the radio. But yeah, the outlets don't really like me talking about their name because I don't know if I need to explain it, if I want to explain it, but they have their own personalities. I'm not a personality. I'm just a voice. And so they don't want my voice or anything that I'm doing to mess with their positioning. That's enough of that. But that's why I can't say it.
Fainting goats.
Fainting goats.
Ernie from Law says, I'm not asking if he's blind, it's just lags to speak. At DMB
Okay, Ernie.
Irvin says, gotcha, I'm in production, so really interesting to hear it from your perspective.
Hey,
At Creepy Uncle Bob says, I hate when my dog destroys my stuffed animals.
yeah, it sucks.
At Rearimer 4000.
So this thing I thought was, because someone, like the week before, someone had mailed me a poop. It was like a rubberized poop, and I didn't get that right at all. So when I got this thing, I was pretty certain it was a rubberized throw up because, you know, it seems to follow. Someone sends me poop and then someone sends me throw up. But it ended up being a rubber, egg? Sunny side up egg.
My Curry Sissa says, have you fed Sam the chicken today? He looks a bit skinny, lol.
Sam the chicken is skinny. I'm having another sidekick created. It might take like a month or so. Maybe another 6 weeks. I'm gonna have a new sidekick.
9996 says, night Pete and chat.
Night.
Hope everyone had a good day.
Night. Yeah, I'm kind of late on the East Coast, huh? 7:53. Yeah, it's so 10:53 over there. It's getting late for my East Coast friends, and even later for the people in Europe. Yeah, this is. I'm pretty certain this is a rubber egg. I don't know why anybody would buy this stuff. Like, why would you buy a rubber egg sunny side up? I have no idea. What else do I have in here? Oh, this is food. That's good because I'm getting hungry. The question about this, I figured out what this was. It's a mushroom, and it's a Super Mario. Someone sent me like a lot of Mario themed stuff, which is how I was able to guess that this was Mario themed. But hold on, let me see if I can zoom in on it. That should zoom in. The top of it is dented to hell. Like, it's not a round mushroom by any stretch. It's like someone took a hammer to it or something. And the question I have is it supposed to be like that? Are Mario's mushrooms? I don't recall. It's been, I don't know. I haven't been able to see a video game in Foreversville, so I don't remember if Mario's mushrooms are dented or if this thing just got destroyed in the mail.
At Rogerderpin 7454 says, LOL, I don't even watch sports, but I recognized a staircase in an apartment I drywalled over the phone. I know I've heard your voice, that's awesome.
You heard me through
At
a staircase.
Ashton 1339 says, watching from Germany, 5 a.m.
Oh man, thank you for
At
staying
Tony
up.
BC says it's definitely an egg.
Yeah, that thing was an
Devil's
egg.
Advocate 2354 says the egg. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Don't do drugs, kids.
Exactly. This is your brain. This is your brain on drugs. Anybody, that's like an 80s campaign on like not to do drugs. This is
Saracom 7808 says, yeah, Twitch is definitely different than YT. At Joni BC.
Hold on, I'm gonna skip to the current
At
message.
Positive and Y Squad says that's not the normal mushroom.
Okay.
It's damaged.
All right. So it I wonder how it got damaged. Like, it's really damaged.
At
Like,
Rogerderpin 7454 says, no, I didn't hear you.
you know, oh, well, all right, fine. You know, it's really like the inside of this thing is flat, but the top of it is just so smashed. Like, I don't know. Maybe that's why the person sent it to me. Like, oh, my mushroom got smashed. I don't want it anymore. I'll just send it to Pete. This is my early dinner here. Like, I'm eating the sweet tarts from the Super Mario mushroom because I'm that hungry. They're really wrapped up in plastic. I'm gonna try my best not to eat plastic. It was wrapped before I got it, so it was safe. I swear. There you go. That was my dinner. I'm gonna have to go eat real dinner at some point soon. This one, I can feel already. This I never figured out what this was. I don't think. I don't know. I have no idea what this is. It's got. I feel like that's eyes. It's got this weird circular mouth. This, like, who buys this stuff? Like, who makes this stuff? Why do people buy it? How do I end up with it? I think Copper Draw sent me this thing.
At Saracam 7808 says, been having to ban people on Twitch, lots of bots.
Oh, stupid bots
At
on Twitch.
ReturderPin 7454 says I recognized the noise over the phone.
Okay.
At DMB
Thank you
Heaven
for
says Night Pete, have a good one. I'll see you later.
good night.
Sir.
I'll be back tomorrow, and I'll
At
be back
Fernando
Wednesday.
Joseph
Oh,
now
now I'm
says
getting
it's meant to
messages.
be round lol.
Something's meant to
At
be
Dingman
round.
says what is your favorite band and our less fun blind.
Hold on. Like, no. Oh. Hey, neat. Twitch is giving me an update on my front page promotion program. I wonder, you want to find it out together? You want to find out if they I applied to be on their front page. Do you think they'll let me do it? An update.
Thank you for applying to the front page promotion program. After reviewing all applications, we were able to offer you a slot this month.
Oh, weak.
Chart with upwards trend. High demand by Arrow front page slots are extremely limited. We prioritize partners who are new to front page promotions and haven't been featured in several months alarm clock.
Okay.
By Arrows and dates, especially weekends in the first week of the month. Fill quickly. You may have better odds choosing weekdays or mid to late Monday. Thanks again for applying.
All right. So they told me that I was denied. There's a lot of people denying for front page promotion. They said that weekends fill up fast. I'd be better off applying for a weekday, which I did. I applied for a Wednesday. So Twitch actually lets their creators apply to be featured on the front page, which I'm sure most people don't know. It's kind of weird. Like all the other platforms, they just promote you. The algorithm just decides that you're entertaining that night, and they put you out there, or they don't. But Twitch lets people get promoted there. They manually do it. And I didn't get it. I didn't get selected. Now I'm sad. Now I'm gonna cry. Now I'm just gonna have to build the Twitch following the good old fashioned way by telling people to go follow me over there. Go to Twitch, hit up at Pete Gustin, then hit the follow button. Do that, because the next time I go live, you will get a notification on your phone. I swear, they're so much better at it. I'm sad that they didn't pick my application. They asked me, they're like, "What do you do?" I'm like, "I inspire people," and then I show them surfing, and then I show them weird dolls. I didn't write that down actually. Hold on, did I break text lady?
Message button. At Supercremeat says said hi. At
Hi.
Supercremeat says hi.
Oh, that person said hi twice in a row.
Weed says what's your favorite band and would you say that concerts are less fun blind?
Yes, concerts are way less. There you go. You ask and ye shall receive. I just got to follow over there on Twitch. Thank you for that. Concerts are disconcerting and confusing, and I can't navigate, and I'm just like, that's a Twitch one right there. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. I don't like going to concerts as a blind person. Like if I could just sit still and listen to the music, that would be one thing. But trying to navigate and just the cacophony of sound that's all around me just makes me nervous, makes me uncomfortable, and I don't like it that much. And also when you can't, I think half the fun of seeing a concert is seeing the concert. I remember when I could see a little bit, it was kind of fun to watch the drummer up there, doing his thing, going crazy. And I saw the Rolling Stones a million years ago in Boston, and I had just enough vision that I could see Mick Jagger up there on stage, roaming around and doing his thing. That's fun. But if you close your eyes at a concert, you're me and you're blind at a concert, all you're hearing is generally a worse version of the song that you originally liked on an album. Very few bands sound as good live as they do on the album, and it's not their fault. They're playing it pretty. Some venues just aren't good. I'm sorry. Some live albums are great, but that's because they had sound engineers doing the best work on them. But at the concert, a lot of times, it's objectively just not as good. And then that's all I get to experience. I don't get to see it, so it kind of. Yeah, being blind and going to a concert isn't my favorite.
By Curry Sissa says you got denied by the famous Twitch bitch lol.
Yeah, Twitch bitch.
At Joni BC says I don't think anyone is. Sarah.
I know what this one is. This is an old one. I don't know how this guy, I don't know. This is the most random box. I think Banana just threw a bunch of stuff in a box for me.
7808 says I thought DA was.
DA was. This is, I don't know how I'm going to figure out which way is forward. Maybe the tag's on the back. This is, if I can zoom in on him, it's Mr. Impossible. I did a whole video about how Mr. Impossible is my favorite book when I was a kid, and how it inspired me to try and overcome the impossible. And then, thank you. I appreciate the follow over there on Twitch. Then someone sent me this little tiny Mr. Impossible. And then if I ever do a long form horizontal video in my recording booth, there's someone sent me a much bigger Mr. Impossible. I did forget, because I read the book when I was 8 and I had vision back then. Now I don't. I kind of forgot that he had a top hat. I don't know why Mr. Impossible has a top hat. It's kind of weird, but yeah, Mr. Impossible, a little Mr. Impossible doll. Is there anything else in this box? Yeah, there is. I don't know what that is. Nope, no idea what that is. That's some random pills. Oh, Oh, what are these called? Oh, I remember what this is. These are the M berries. I don't know if I'm holding it the right way. It's either this way or this way. But they change your taste buds. You guys ever tried this? This video, I did a video where I tried one of these, and I wasn't doing it right. Actually, I had asked someone, I'm like, what is this? What's going on? And they told me that it changed your taste buds. So I ate an M berry. I mean, it felt like someone just like made me some pills. I'm like, what the hell? I'm not going to take someone's pills. But they mailed me these M berries, and I ate a lime, I think it was, or a lemon. And instead of it being sour, this M-berry packet of pills changed my taste buds so that the sour was sweet. And I just like chowed down on that thing. I was like, oh my God, this is the best tasting lime I've ever had. Yeah, little M-berry pills. That one was kind of fun. Anything else in here that I want to go through? What time is it? It is. Come on, say it out loud. 8:01. Wait, did I say 8:01? Yeah, I got to eat dinner at some point. Those little things weren't cutting it for me. Oh, this is I think Matei.
Tony BC says hi.
Hi, everyone. I think Matei sent me this too because when Steve broke the screaming billy goat, I think this is when he broke this thing. It's come back to life. She sent me a replacement button, which is how we used to blow people up. You get them off the phone by pressing the button. What does it say? I wonder what it says on the button. That's how loud that the goat used to be. The goat's so much quieter now ever since Steve chomped into it. Oh, here's the poop I was talking about. Like, how was I going to guess this? Seriously, like, how in the world would I guess this? I thought maybe it was supposed to be like a rubber mustache. I think that was my guess. Or it's got like a groove in the back. Like, I felt like it kind of fit on my nose. Or maybe it was like supposed to be like a Groucho Marx, like unibrow or something. I definitely did not get this right. And here I am, like, I'm doing it again. I'm sticking poop on my face. Yeah, that's poop, which is why I thought that the rubber egg was, vomit. I thought I was supposed to go with that. Getting to the bottom here. Oh, this thing was super nice. I'll check it out in a sec. Thank you. Hi Tobias, shout out to you. Appreciate the you're obviously over there in Europe somewhere. Conversion rate on euros is pretty good, I think. So thank you for that. Cool to know that these things are going internationally. You guys can check me out anywhere in the world, apparently. Shout out to you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Good job on using the super chat. This was someone made this for me. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. I kind of figured it out right away from these two things. Ears. Those are that someone made a version of Superdog for me, and it feels pretty darn close. I mean, I could just tell he had such good posture even when he was sitting his like straight back. And this thing is so customized. I hope you guys can see this. I can feel it a little bit. There's the little collar. I think it even has the S on it. He used to wear a Superman collar. You see it in all my videos. Every video I do when I'm inside the booth, over my left shoulder, so on your right of the screen, if you look up, is Superdog's collar. It's in the shape of the Superman thing, and it has the S in it. And yeah, so this person made this thing for me, made it by hand. They made a Superdog for me, and it was really, really sweet. I think the box is empty. No, there's still stuff in here. Should I keep going through the stuff? I'll pull out one more thing. These are the famous ducks. Like, so Copper Draws sent me a bunch of stuff that was food. There was jelly beans. There was another jelly bean. There was some, what the hell are they? Like, wax bottle candy. That's what I couldn't think of. Like, everything was food. And then all of a sudden I opened this box and someone asked me, they're like, how did you know it was a duck? I'm like, well, because it felt like a duck. Like you get pretty sensitive fingers when you're used to feeling stuff. Like that's the bill, that's the little tail, and this. I mean, it's a rubber duck. Like it's clearly a rubber duck. It just so happens to be very, very small. But because everything else in the box was food, I stuck this thing in my mouth. I didn't like chomp into it like a lunatic. Yeah, you can tell. When you bite into a jelly bean, it just sounds different and feels different. Like I knew as soon as I put it in my mouth, I'm like, that one's not candy. But it was kind of mean / kind of funny to give me a bunch of food and then give me some plastic rubber duckies. Oh, I just dropped a bunch of them. I'm going to have to find those and make sure that Steve or Skylar doesn't try and eat those, because that could be bad.
Hello, blind man.
Hello, blind man. That's cute.
At Joni BC says rules. Be kind. PG-13/family friendly topics. No
Joni,
arguing.
Joni,
No
resetting
spamming
the rules.
chat W single words or emojis.
No single words. No single words, unless you just want to say hi. I think you're allowed to say hi. I was gonna go through. I can do it for a minute because I've told people I was gonna do this. Let me switch my phones. I was gonna show you how I. Someone says really about something. I was gonna show you how I go through my comments. Hold on, this thing's all tangled. I'm gonna need to get some slack on it and bring it over here. So how I go through my comments. I'm hooking up my phone to. You should be able to hear it if I slide that up right there. Yeah, there you go.
0 selected.
Face recognition.
Home. Text lady.
Okay.
Text lady.
No, I don't want text lady.
Home. Page 1 of YT Studio.
YT Studio. So,
Community. Tab.
if I wanted to go to my comments, I tap on Community, which is down here.
Selected. Selected. Analytics. Tab.
Oops.
Selected. Community.
I've
Tab.
clicked on Community. Now up here,
Monthly audience. 2080. 800 comments. View all. Button.
view all. So I'm swiping left and right. This is how you navigate using text-to-speech as a blind person. Like you can start in the top left and start pressing left and right.
Comments. View all.
So
Button.
now I want to click on View All. So I double tap.
At DanaPack 1769. Bullet. 2 minutes ago. You relate so well. If you teach people how to exist blind, it would be helpful. The shocking amount of money I make.
Oh, so video called The Shocking Amount of Money I Make.
At DanaPack 1769. Bullet. 2 minutes ago. You relate so well. If you teach people how to exist blind, it would be helpful.
I relate so well. If I could teach people how to exist blind, it would be helpful. I feel like that's the whole channel. I feel like that's exactly what I do.
I think I'm supposed to suck on it. A blind guy unboxing.
So this one is my last unboxing. It's called I Think I'm Supposed to Suck on It, a blind guy unboxing.
At King Cloudy 4775. Bullet. 5 minutes ago. He could have stabbed himself while stabbing the box face with wide open eyes and flushed cheeks.
I can't tell you how many times I get that comment. People are like, oh, he could have stabbed himself while stabbing the box. Well, guess what? I've done 130 of those, and I've never stabbed myself. God, people just have such little faith in me as a functional person. They're like, he's blind. He must have no control over his motor function. Everybody constantly thinks I'm going to stab myself. It's never happened. It's not going to happen.
At Dry Guy 15. Bullet. 13 minutes ago. Kinda like candy, but kinda like glue is the perfect way to describe the smell of a ring pop.
There you go. Kind of like candy, kind of like glue is the perfect way to describe a ring pop. So he's talking about the video where I said exactly that about ring pops.
The one type of question I can't stand.
The one type of question I can't stand. This is a video where I posted where people ask questions where they don't use their brain. They just blurt something out. Kind of like, have you ever stabbed yourself?
At DanaPack 1769. Bullet. 21 minutes ago. I'm going blind in those stupid questions that I'm wondering how I'm going to live. I'm almost deaf too. I'm older and struggle with it stuff.
Yeah, stupid questions. But like he said he's going blind, almost deaf too. And basically people are like, how do you live? How do you function?
What if I voice acted everything?
What if I voice acted everything? That's the video I put out today.
At Alaska 00777. Bullet. 26 minutes ago. That's so cool.
That is so cool. All right, so
At
that's
Wolfman_Jackal. Bullet. 43 minutes ago. Edited. I'm glad for you in your life.
he's glad for me in my life. Thank you.
I think I'm supposed to suck on it. A blind guy
I
unboxing.
think I'm supposed to suck on it. Man, when I hear my titles out loud, they're kind of raunchy.
At Greeble 3D. Bullet. 48 minutes ago. It's been so long since I last saw one of your videos. Seeing you pop up instantly brought a smile to my face.
It's been so long since they've seen my videos. Seeing me instantly brought a smile to their face. That's nice to hear. I feel like YouTube has been
A
feeding
voiceover emergency in real time.
my videos to
A
people
voiceover emergency
lately.
in real time. At Bullet. 59 minutes ago. No way. What are the odds?
No way. What are the odds?
What's up, sugar nuts? A blind guy unboxing.
What's up, sugar nuts? So my last two videos, I didn't even think of it. My last two blind guy unboxings ago was what's up, sugar nuts, and the last one was I think I'm supposed to suck on it. and all of a sudden my videos are getting fed more. Gee, I think YouTube likes my sense of humor in my titles.
At Russell Olsher 4424. Bullet. 1 hour ago. Pecan does not exist. It comes from an indigenous word pacana.
I didn't know that. Pecan doesn't exist. It comes from an indigenous word, pecana.
What if I voice acted everything? At Hypebeast YT. Bullet. 1 hour ago. Duty sounds like Markiplier and GL.
Ah, another person saying I sound like Markiplier. No, you're as deaf as I am blind if you think I sound like Markiplier. Like I have a video. It's literally called I Don't Sound Like Markiplier. And I play us back to back, like right next to each other. He really leans into, like he was playing, I forget it's been like 4 years since I made that video, but when he's talking, he's really leaning into the sound of his voice and just drawing it all out and really going heavy on his deep voice. I gave him a weird accent there, but that's what he does. I speak much more normal. I think his voice might be deeper. It's a totally different voice. We're two dudes with deep voices, but I do not think we sound anything alike.
That's a Tenson 5575. Bullet. 1 hour ago. Silhouette of 2 people hugging. Blue heart. Smiling face with halo.
I think
Blue heart.
that
Silhouette of 2
person's
people
name
hugging.
is Satan. Okay.
At Crimson Fire. Bullet. 1 hour ago. Would definitely listen to the audiobook with the radio voice face with tears of joy. You have an amazing voice for narration. 1 like.
Thank you. So Crimson Fire says that they would listen to an audiobook with my narrator voice. You can listen to 3 books that I've narrated. on Audible. You just search for Pete Gustin as the author or narrator, and you can find him. I didn't do the radio voice for the whole thing, but yeah, this is how I navigate. This is how I do the comments.
Hypothesis 84. Bullet. 1 hour ago. Red heart. Orange heart. Yellow heart. Green heart. Blue heart. Purple heart.
And that's how emojis get read. It just describes them: red heart, yellow heart, orange heart, green heart. Just says them out loud, and then
Voice over emergency in real time.
let's see.
Within. Bullet. 1 hour ago. They are thinking it's possibly staged. Honestly, wouldn't be surprised at all.
Okay, I'm not going to respond to that
Fantastic.
one.
Bullet. 1 hour ago. You sound like Mike Rowe.
That one says I sound like Mike Rowe. So I'll show you how I respond. So side to side lets me scroll through the stuff on the screen. And if I swipe up and down, it'll let me go through the options of that comment.
Heart.
I could heart it.
Reply.
I can reply to it. I'm going to reply.
Reply.
I
Ellipsis.
hit,
Text field.
I hit
Setting.
reply,
Insertion point to start.
and now I can hit the dictate button and say,
Dictate.
I don't think I sound a lot like Mike Rowe, but it's a good guy to be associated with.
Inserted. I don't think I sound a lot like Mike Rowe, but it's a good guy to be associated with.
So I just dictated that. It says it, and now the send
Dismiss.
button
Send
is
dismiss. Send comment. Button.
right there,
Send comment.
and
Dismiss.
I've sent the
Reply.
comment.
Ellipsis. Text back.
So
Button.
that's how I listen to and respond to the comments. It's pretty easy. I mean, text-to-speech makes it pretty easy. I mean, how easy was that? That's why when people are like, how can you possibly respond to comments? I'm like, with my finger. It's not that hard. All right, I'm gonna put the this phone back on. This is the chat phone, and then I think I might take the dogs for a walk and get some dinner. Oh, what did I do?
Skip to current message. Button.
Skip to current
Skip to
message.
Repeat message.
And
Button.
repeat
Add
message.
Chief Shield says nice.
Nice.
At
Nice.
Ashleach52 says, do you listen to YouTube videos in your free time or just try to stay off social media?
I don't.
At Nakavana 8757 says hello.
Hello. I listen to a lot of stand-up comedy. I kind of like that. I just need something that's going to make me smile in the middle of the day. So I will listen to some stand-up comedy. Tell you what, I'm going to throw all this stuff back in the box. I'll listen to your messages as I'm doing that.
All is well. You are such an inspiration. Much love from Toronto.
Toronto,
Oh,
Canada.
Red Heart.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
At Joni BC says thanks for showing us how you respond to comments.
Yeah, I feel like it was about time I do
At
that.
Decalator says, oh shit, he's live.
Yeah. Oh shit, I'm live. I'm going to just put everything back in the box.
At
And
Felly Adventurous says, God bless you.
God bless you
At
too.
Richarderpin 7454 says good night.
Good
brother.
night. I made a mess out of this.
At
This
Beneboy Prime
stupid.
6056 says hi.
Hi, what's going on?
At Atherian XD 777 says, were you born blind or became blind?
I became blind. You're a
At
new
Marshy
viewer.
Kip says evening P.
Evening. Trying to put all this stuff back in the box so that Steve doesn't run in here and steal it from me. What am I holding here? Oh, it's the poop. I got the poop. This is the fun game. Put that one back
At
in there.
Mr. Moth Official says he was not born blind.
This is true, Mr. Moth
At
official.
Undead Pixel 9 says I could possibly go blind due to retinal scars in my eyes, but that is many years down the line.
Well, that's not great to hear. I
Manatron
don't like
4
anybody
says
losing
hi.
their eyesight. Hi, what's going on? This thing is so weird. I should probably get this thing out of the house. I should give this to like some kid on the
At
beach
Joni
because
BC
if
says
Steve,
Atherian. He
if-
lost his sight slowly to a disease called Stargardt's.
that's right. If Steve were to bite into that thing, I think it would be bad news. There's that dumb pig. Here's the M berries. I got to break those out at a party
At
sometime.
Nakavana 8757 says you're my favorite YouTuber.
That's awesome.
At
It's kind of
Decalator
funny
says
that
I could see how this could get annoying.
what text to speech? Yeah, text to speech freaking drive you nuts.
At
That would-
Atherian XD 777 says it's just been a while since I've watched you.
Well, you should
At
make an
Heat
effort
Shield
to watch
says,
me
Pete,
more.
Do you have anyone telling you how fast your beard is going gray? I
Uh,
would need someone to come over and count every day lol.
Yeah, my beard is apparently my hair has gone gray too. I was talking to Brooks about that last night. Someone commented my last live. I was outside with the sun pointing down from the top, and he's he's like, it's really obvious that your hair has gone gray. And I was like, oh man, like what do I do about that? Like my first instinct was like, should I dye it? Should I dye my hair? Because I'm not used to it's hard for me to even imagine myself as having gray hair. And he told me, he's like, actually, man. He's like, I kind of like the gray hair. You look distinguished. And then Nisha said the same thing. Banana said the same thing. They like my gray hair. I don't know how gray it is. Like, I don't know. Banana told me that my beard, thank you, appreciate the follow. She said that my beard is all gray here and here and here, that I've got some brown, like right there. That's it. But I never really asked how gray my head is.
At 1985 Dragonist says gay.
No.
At
Okay.
Positive and Y Squad says I just want to give you a high five. I feel like you'd be a good drinking at the fire pit buddy.
All right, let's do it. Let's do a high five together. I'm gonna high five the screen. I'll count it down. 3, 2, 1. Then you high five the screen back. Am I ready? Steady. 3, 2, 1. Boom. There, we just did a virtual high five.
ITTV says I love Blind Surfer.
I appreciate
At
that.
the Real Cookie ITTV says I love Blind Surfer.
I feel like you said it twice. That
At
means you
Mr.
double
Love
love me.
Official says it's mostly the sides that are going silvery, but you have a bit of brown on the top.
Well, that's good. So I got some brown
At
left.
Lavender Menace 15 says I too like the distinguished gentleman look.
Really? It's weird
At
for
Joni BC
like.
says let your hair be what it is, it looks great.
I guess. Yeah. I mean,
At Gaslit
is what it is.
5627 says you look great with the grays.
Thank you. I'm just getting a lot of positive feedback on my gray hair. It's just weird, like, because when I had vision, I remember, like, I could see my dad going gray. So the last time I, like, saw something, it was my dad going gray. So now I'm like, wait, now I'm going gray. Does that mean I look like my dad? Which isn't a bad thing. Dude's a handsome guy. People have been telling me my whole life my dad's a handsome guy, and I guess if I grow up to look more like him, it's not a bad thing. But it's just weird to know, like, I can't see it. I can't verify it myself. But, like, last time I saw myself in a mirror, like, God, last time I could really see myself in a mirror, it was probably like early 30s. And I couldn't see myself that well. I could just see something. And I remember back then I had very dark hair. I remember a handful of years ago when I was growing my beard and I could see a little bit. It was all dark brown. And Banana's like, that beard's too much on you. But now she likes the gray beard.
Hi, I love your videos and the blind guy unboxing.
Thank you. Blind guy
At
unboxing.
Heat Shield says
People
yes.
like that.
You pointed directly at the brown area.
That's
You're
funny.
looking good, man.
Thank
your
you.
hair is not that kind of gray. More dusty.
Dusty sounds good.
Chiha98 says you hair look amazing.
My hair looks
At
amazing.
Happy Cowgirl says hi.
Hey, Happy Cowgirl. That's a
At the
good.
Real
That's a
Cookie
good
IGTV
username.
says I double love you.
I thank you. Oh,
At
that was the one that
Joseph
wrote it
Silva
twice.
7843 says great voice.
Thank you. That's
Mateo
thank
Y.
goodness
Curry
I've got
Sissy
that.
says this live was epic. You said dingleberries.
I did say dingleberries in a big, huge voice. I like when people are like, "Hey, your voice sounds good." I mean, I don't expect that. I don't expect everybody to know if they've never come across me before on social media. I don't expect them all to know exactly what I do for a living. But it always kind of cracks me up when people are like, "Hey, you got a great voice. You should do something with that." I'm like, "Yeah, I should do something like that." But also, like, yes, to a degree, I had this voice even when I was a teenager, but it wasn't nearly this refined. I didn't know how to use it well. Like, people, they think like, oh, of course you're a voice actor because you sound like this. Like, if I played recordings of me, just regular me talking when I was like 17, 18, 19, 20, before I really dove into voice acting and voice and articulation classes and breathing techniques, like I was constantly trying to breathe from my stomach as opposed to my chest. I try and speak from down here, try to have it not come out of my nose. Like, my regular speaking voice, even when I'm not voice acting, is so different than the way I used to speak. Most people speak with a very tight chest. Everybody talks up here, and they don't really articulate, and they say a lot, and this is the kind of people's voices are, and they kind of stutter and stumble. Much more deliberate about my articulation than I used to be. Like I said, I speak from a deeper spot. You know, I can relax my voice down here and speak like this. And this is not what I was born with. This was years and decades of training. So yeah, I had the tool, the basic tool to begin with, but there's a lot of people out there with a deep voice that don't necessarily know how to use it well, and it's not something that most people need to know how to use well unless you want to become a voice actor or an actor. It's something that you work on developing. So yeah, I mean, I'm glad that I had the base raw material to start with, but it took a lot to get it to sound like the way it does now.
127 says do Optimus Prime just once.
No, I do it
At
too
Bucritter
much.
7485 said hi.
Hi. I like when people said hi.
At Smith 3376 says hey.
Hey, hi.
Obviously no, we're blind, but if watch you with my family first AOO long, and would. TBH whenever you can. Maybe a comment of just you saying hi. I got of people. A lot of people's probably yes.
What? I think that person just wanted me to say hi. I don't know why they started by being like, I believe you're blind. I was expecting that one to go the other way. I thought they're going to be like, you're not really blind. But I am, and they just want me to say hi. So hi.
Hey.
I feel like
At Angel More 3 says hi, you're amazing and love all your videos.
Thank you, I appreciate it. I said I was going to get out of here, but
BC
like,
says positive and positive wise it started when he was a kid.
this is true. I was going to get out of here, but like the comments are going crazy.
4718 says those sound effects are loud. They startle me.
Well,
At Abron Weidman 7796 says, is there any point in commenting? I'm genuinely wondering.
Are you serious?
At Nicholas 9756
what are you watching?
says, Loki, you remind me of my father in a way, lol.
Okay, like what is there any point in commenting? Like what have I been doing for the past 5 minutes? I'm sitting here like listening to the comments. This is what I'm talking about. Like what were you watching? What were you doing? What were you paying attention to? You come in, I'm in the middle of responding to comments, like literally right in the middle of responding to comments, and you come in, the first thing is like, is there any point to commenting? I mean, I don't expect people to be paid. No one pays 100% attention to anything anymore. I get that. I understand that. But this stuff like that kind of cracks me up. Like, yeah, if you do a comment and I'm in the middle of the section where I'm responding to comments and you can hear them.
Something?
Like,
hey, what's up,
like,
man? Hope all is well.
Hey, what's up? All's well.
Jester Hero
I'm just
says
laughing
I agree.
at people again.
He's got a John Wayne tone. Awesome voice.
John
Pilgrim.
Wayne. I do a lot. I do a ton of movie trailers for John Wayne movies. I work for a network on free TV called Outlaw. Oh, I have a very, very early morning session with them tomorrow on the new Outlaw, the Western Channel. Like if you tune into Outlaw on free TV, it's kind of the coolest job because I love doing movie trailers, and they're getting harder and harder to do these days, to book and to get the work. But I get to do like 7 to 10 of them a week through Outlaw. All the old Westerns, Unforgiven, just all the old Dean Martin movies, The Gambler with Kenny Rogers. Anybody that likes like Western genre movies, check out Outlaw on free TV. It's like one of my favorite things that I get to do all the trailers for them. I keep saying I'm going to get out of here, but
Linda
like,
Cunningham 5480 says hi from Yuba City.
where's Yuba City?
At Terminate1 says, hey Pete, the vertical stream says you have 123 viewers on it.
Oh, that's good to know. I mean, that's
At
like a
Glenroy
lot.
1321 says there's a prompt to say hi.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that.
Terminate1 says, hey Sarah.
Thank you for coming to Danny and letting me know. Like 123, like, I mean, that's pretty solid. Like I used to, before I went back to vertical, we used to have like maybe 30 or 40 people in the horizontal. I wish that YouTube would combine the two chats. Like right now, if you're on vertical and you're chatting, you don't know that there's people on horizontal chatting. I get them combined in my software. I get to hear them both. But I don't know why. I don't know why YouTube hasn't figured this out yet. They give you the option. They're like, you can go live in both formats. I'm like, cool. Let the two people that are watching on the two different formats know that they're in the same place at the same time. But they haven't. So whatever. But hey, at least I get to hear them all. I get to hear that when I pot this thing up. I get to hear the YouTube vertical, the YouTube horizontal, the Twitch feed, the TikTok feed, and the Facebook feed.
Unapologetically Loud says I just got to bed lol.
I'm going to go to bed soon.
Adron Weigman 7796 says my bad just joined.
Yeah.
The Real Cookie ITTV says I sound like a squeaky dog toy when I talk, so yeah, blind surfer.
You know, squeaky dog toy. Like there's a lot of people that and that's the other thing. These days, having the big voice, if you listen to TV or radio, listen to like a commercial break. Just like turn on your TV station and listen to a commercial break. Or radio, listen to a commercial break. Like the big voice, mine, is not super duper in favor, in style these days. People are like, oh, you're lucky you're born with that. Like, yeah, in the 90s and 2000s and like when Don LaFontaine was popular, you know, in a world, like everybody wanted this voice. I've been working super hard lately to make my voice sound more regular, like to deliver commercials in a more regular voice, to expand my ability to act and get other jobs. And you say you sound like a squeaky dog toy when you talk. Like sometimes commercials, especially like that, like you got a unique voice. I can't tell you how many casting specs that I get. That's the specifications for the casting director, what they want you to sound like, that are like unique voice wanted. Don't be big announcer. Don't be movie trailer. Like those obviously have their place, which is why I do so well in news and sports. And, I get the opportunities in trailers from time to time. So I get those opportunities because of this voice. But there's way, way, way more opportunities for people that are just really good actors and unique voices. Like I said, listen to any set of commercials on TV or radio, and there's just a bunch of like really good actors. I think the big voices are memorable. They stand out. Us big voice people are like the backbone of a lot of voiceover things that people hear. But the work these days is definitely going more towards regular voice people.
Duke Nukem as well.
I don't know.
David George NN7RC says what is happening on this live stream?
I don't know what is happening on this live stream.
Johnny BC says Zachary he regularly does lives on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yes, I do. But Banana's been away, so I've been doing. I've been kind of bored, honestly. All I've been doing is like reading copy all day and hanging out with the dogs. So I did one on Saturday night, Sunday night. I was here with Brooks. We had a fun time last night, and then I'm here with you tonight. It's definitely I gotta get food. 8:24. I think I've been here for an hour and a half. There are people that stream for like it's like their job. They stream for like 8 hours a day. I don't know how they do that. That's like a lot of talking.
The TV show with Will Arnett voicing Sweet Tooth the Color Clown.
What? Sweet
At Gotcha
Tooth?
Tacha the 98 says said hi. At Ivan Sosa 7438 says hello. I hope read this message. You are a cool person with a cool job.
Thank you. I'm a cool person with a cool
Master of Fire
job.
Art says yeah, it's weird.
Master of Fire Arts. That's a pretty good username.
98 says, what's your favorite music?
I don't know. I'm always bouncing back and forth. What was I was listening to a lot of EDM during my workout, Hyper Crush, but that's not my favorite music. My favorite music, I've been listening to a lot of Led Zeppelin lately, but I feel like I always go back to 90s alternative rock. But I also like a lot of current hip hop, like Run the Jewels. Like I got a crazy wide variety of music I listen to.
Squeaky dog toy when I talk.
I already heard that
I
one.
love me cat says I love watching you.
That's cool. I'm glad
Donna
you love
Duval
watching
says,
me.
what was your favorite job?
All right, you know what? I have to. I feel like I should just stay here all night because I don't usually get this much traction on the live. But I've been on the microphone since 6 o'clock this morning, and I have to be up at 6 o'clock tomorrow morning to do this stuff for Outlaw, the Western Channel. So what I'm gonna do? I put the thing away. Hold on, I gotta push this over. I'm gonna give me my outro music. Where is it? Why isn't it playing? Oh, it's because I turned it down. All right, there's my outro music. And then I'm going to let you watch 3 waves. I think one is Banana filmed it, and then you get to see it from my perspective on the GoPro. And then you'll see another, it was a session, who was I surfing with? I think I was surfing with, no, I was surfing with Josh that day. But it's three fun waves. You can check that out. It usually plays at the very beginning of every show, but not everybody sees the very beginning. So I'll play that again as we go out. And then I'll be back tomorrow, probably around 6:30 p.m. Pacific. Don't forget to leave your messages at 760-517-6844. I'll respond to those and check Pete's voicemail. And also, head on over to Twitch. Head on over there. I'm really trying to build that up. They do such a good job supporting the live creators. So head on over there. Follow me at Pete Gustin. And I'll be back tomorrow. And then me and Brooks will be here on Wednesday. Thank you to everybody. I appreciate you all. 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to disappear. And then you're going to see me surfing. Wait, am I doing the right thing? Hold on. I'm not doing the right thing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Now I'm off the screen. And here's me surfing. Bye.
I hope Carly follows through. I totally want that board. That thing would be cool. I mean, I think it'd be cool.